Hi, I'm Mike, and in this short video series, I'll be going behind the scenes of What's Missing, the latest show from Casefile Presents, which I co-produced. What's Missing is a brand new 10-part series that explores the wide-reaching, devastating impacts that occur when someone disappears without a trace. Hosted by a founder and CEO of Missing Persons Advocacy Network, or MPAN in short, the series features candid interviews with family members and loved ones of missing Australians. And that's going beyond the headlines to provide that deep insight into their searches and struggles. What's Missing is available now on your podcasting app, so search for it and subscribe. Hi, I'm Mike. I'm producer of Casefile True Crime and Casefile Presents shows, and on this channel I release videos on audio, podcasting, and what it's like to be a podcast producer. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit like and subscribe buttons. Let's start with the idea for the series. When we first talked about Casefile Presents, our Casefile's anonymous host knew that he wanted to produce a podcast that focuses on missing persons. He was introduced to Loren O'Keeffe, the founder of Missing Persons Advocacy Network, or MPAN, and straight away he knew that she was the person to create something with. As he was flying back from his meeting with Loren, he was reading through MPAN's book called Two Short Stories. He got an idea of a podcast based on that book. He made a potential script idea where the story of a missing person would be presented first and then followed by a chat with a family member. He sent me that script idea, and straight away I could see and hear how the product could sound. My vision was that the episodes would start with a story produced similarly to case files, so music and polished mix, then go into intimate chat with a family member, recorded in a studio, professional studio, rather than a home environment or something like that. And then we would roll into outro and credits. So a well-produced show recorded in an intimate setting. The vision was sent to the team, that was approved, and the work officially commenced. This was a massive undertaking by Casefile hosts. We've decided on 8 episodes that would feature stories of missing people, chats with family members, and 2 bonus episodes where Loren would interview experts in a space of missing persons. It was confirmed that the episodes would follow the same structure. Each episode would start with a story that was a scripted story read by Loren and a family member for most part, and that would be a nice polished mix with background music with a nice reverb. Both Loren and a guest would read from the scripts where possible. After the story part, Loren would invite the guest for an intimate chat where they would talk about topics such as missingness, grief, and what happens to families of long-term missing persons. After the chat, we go back to that polished mix to the story, but now works as an outro, and then we roll the credits. And the same structure would be for all 8 episodes, with 2 bonus episodes featuring just the interviews. So no story, just a chat. After the writing process was finished, we had to book the studio. Now that was kind of difficult because I'm in the UK, the rest of the team is in Australia, so I wasn't there physically to check out the places. So we've contacted a few studios, we looked at their websites, and we've decided on a place in the heart of Sydney. Then there was the schedule. We only had a week to get everything done. That's 10 interviews, narration, the story parts. All within 6 days, and we had to fly the family members down to Sydney as well. The initial plan was to focus on a guest, record their chat, their narration, their story parts, and then get Loren to do her narration and story parts at a later stage, because we didn't want to push our luck. Now what happened is that we got everything done within that week, but on that later when we'll talk about the recording process. So all was left for me to do was to book my flight to Australia. That was my first time over there, and I wasn't necessarily looking to 24 hours on a plane. And COVID-19 pandemic was just getting started, as this was happening at the beginning of March 2020. In the next video, we'll talk about the studio, meeting the guests, and the recording process. In the meantime, subscribe to What's Missing podcast. That's it for today. I'm Mike from Mike Migas Production. If you enjoyed this video, if you wanna learn more about podcasting, audio production, you can check my other videos on my website. But for now, share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.